Part 40. Rebirth of a Farming Wife. Author, TNNI. Chapter 391. Did you really agree? Su Wenyu stared at Hanyu tightly, as if she was afraid that Hanyu would regret it. If Hanyu dared to regret it, she would immediately fall out. Yes, I agreed. Hanyu sighed helplessly. What if he didn't agree? Even his father-in-law and uncle had moved out. Wasn't it just to force him to submit? If he didn't agree, his wife might still make trouble. No matter what happened, he would still be the one with the headache, so he had to take a step back and agree first. If he really agreed, Su Wenyu's originally angry face showed a look of joy, and she looked at Hanyu with a look of success. This guy said that he wouldn't listen, and she had to do it. If she had agreed earlier, it would have been over. But Su Wenyu also, he was not one to show mercy when he got an advantage, so he stepped forward with a smile and put his arms around Hanyu's neck. My husband, you are so kind. I knew you would agree. Don't worry, even if I open a shop, I will take good care of the house. I have the big shopkeeper my father gave me to take care of it, which saves me a lot of effort. Su Wenyu said sweetly, giving Hanyu a lot of guarantees. After all, even if Hanyu agreed, if he really didn't want to, there would still be ways to stop her. She had already seen her man's sinister side. Hanyu raised his eyebrows when he heard Su Wenyu's words. He said that it had been planned for a long time, and just telling him now was no different from informing him, but since his father-in-law sent someone, he felt relieved a lot. Is this why you went back to your parents' home today? Hanyu immediately guessed the purpose of Su Wenyu's return to her parents' home today. Not entirely, but this is also one of the reasons for returning to my parents' home today. After all, I have never done business before and don't understand business matters, so I thought of asking my father and brother for help. With my father and brother, they can help. It's definitely twice the result with half the effort, but I didn't expect Dad to give me an unexpected surprise. Oh? What did father-in-law do? Hanyu knew how much his father-in-law loved his daughter, but he didn't know what he had done this time. Dad gave me the big shopkeeper who has been with him for many years, namely Fulu. You should know that Uncle Fu is very capable. Uncle Fu handles many things around Dad. In the past, the eldest brother and the second brother both asked Daddy has borrowed money from people before, but he never agreed. This time he gave Uncle Fu to me, not just for borrowing, but for Uncle Fu to follow me from now on. Hanyu originally thought that his father-in-law had collected some good things for his daughter-in-law, but he actually gave his fortune and wealth to his daughter-in-law. He really loved his daughter. Even Hanyu had to admire him. He gained another understanding of how much his father-in-law loves his daughter. You must know that ordinary love for his daughter has its limits. Most of it is superficial. After all, the son is the one who inherits the family business and revitalizes the family. As a candidate, the truly good things in his heart are naturally reserved for his son, and a talent like Fulu is a huge help wherever he is. The father-in-law actually gave the person to his daughter-in-law like this. Daughter-in-law, my father-in-law really loves you. Fulu is not an ordinary big shopkeeper. If it weren't for his father-in-law's kindness to him, such a talented person wouldn't be willing to succumb to others. He would have established his own business long ago. Such a good talent is really I'm taking advantage of you. Hanyu sighed, even he was a little jealous. He had dealt with Fulu several times and he admired Fulu's ability from the bottom of his heart. Speaking of Fulu, Su Wenyu did not forget to give Hanyu a few words of advice. Mr. Fu, although Uncle Fu has voluntarily followed me as a follower in order to repay my kindness all these years, my father treats Uncle Fu as a brother and friend. It is even more impossible for me to treat Uncle Fu as a servant, and I promised my father that I will provide for Uncle Fu until his death. This is what it should be. Uncle Fu will be our elder from now on. We need to rely on Uncle Fu for guidance in everything. However, it is really an inconvenience of Uncle Fu to have such ability to manage a shop with you. Otherwise, you can lend Uncle Fu to me. Yes, I will send you another experienced steward. An idea flashed in Han Yu's mind and he said, it's not that he covets his wife, but he really thinks that Fu Lu is undermining his talent by following Su Wenyu to manage a shop, because he knows the value of Uncle Fu. There is no way to kill a chicken with a bull's knife. After all, Han Yu is still. He didn't pay much attention to Su Wenyu's decision to open a shop. In Han Yu's opinion, his wife's desire to open a shop was just a whim for fun. No, Uncle Fu is the treasure given to me by my father. Stop trying to meddle with him. I won't give Uncle Fu to you. Su Wenyu shook her head firmly, leaving no room for negotiation. If Su Wenyu next to her would, she agreed, but this time it was impossible. What she and Han Yu said was to open a shop, and that was not what she had in mind. Han Yu would have more and more people under his command in the future. If she wanted to provide Han Yu with enough support, she would have to. Just it's not enough to open a shop. Otherwise, her father wouldn't have given Uncle Fu to her. In other words, Han Yu said that it was okay if Su Wenyu didn't agree, but seeing Su Wenyu's serious look, he couldn't help but tease him and pinched Su Wenyu's bulging cheeks. You little thing, look at how stingy you are. I can't even borrow it, there's no need to be stingy anymore. Su Wenyu turned her head away, with a look of arrogance on her face. Humph, so what if you are stingy? If you don't lend it, you won't lend it? Whoever makes me a good father, just be jealous. Oh, I'm still excited, but my father-in-law really loves you. A talent like Uncle Fu is actually willing to bury and waste you like this. There are really not many such good fathers in the world, so just snicker. Han Yu smiled. He said, now Yu Enyang is his wife, and his father-in-law is good to his daughter-in-law, and he will keep this kindness in his heart. Although Han Yu agreed to open a shop, he did not put it on the schedule immediately because it was too chaotic outside. After Han Yu cleared away all the restless people, he allowed Su Wenyu to go out. In addition to Kiluo, Han Yu also gave Su Wenyu a bodyguard was assigned to protect Su Wenyu's safety. Another function was to prevent well-intentioned people from outside from approaching his wife and leading her astray. It was much peaceful outside, and the three children could be brought back. They had not seen each other for some days. Not only Su Wenyu, but also Han Yu missed his three children. The couple went to Zhuangzi to pick up the children together. The family was reunited and had a good time. The atmosphere in the mansion is exceptionally harmonious. Some people are happy and some are sad. In a freshly decorated shop, a woman disguised as a man is angry at the shopkeeper and her work. What happened? How could this month's performance become so bad? I spent so much effort and most of my savings on this. It was clear that business had improved before, but in the end I lost everything, Chen Li, he said angrily while looking at the account book in his hand, and suddenly looked at the shopkeeper suspiciously. Business is obviously getting better. There is no reason why it should be like this. Is there someone doing something inside, or not working for me attentively, or is someone lining their own pockets? Although Chen Li did not mention her name, anyone with a discerning eye could hear what she was referring to. No matter who it is, the shopkeeper is in charge of everything in the shop, and no one except the shopkeeper can do it. Rebirth of a Farming Wife. Author, Tian Ni. Chapter 392. The shopkeeper's face was always red. First he was scolded by Chen Li. He was a man of a lot of age. He was yelled at by a little girl in front of so many waiters. He was ashamed and ashamed. Then he was scolded by Chen Li. He was so angry with the accusations and suspicions overtly and secretly that he asked himself, I have been working in this shop for so long, and I have always been diligent and hard-working. I didn't expect that my boss would be so suspicious of me. In the end it's an insult to his character. What do you mean, boss? Do you doubt me? The old man, shopkeeper Yu is also a stubborn old man. What he cares most about is his reputation. He was scolded by Chen Li without even replying like his grandson, but at this time he endured it. He couldn't stand it any longer. His boss had no doubts about his character. He would not accept such an insult. People don't tell secrets. Since the shopkeeper said so, I also pointed it out directly. There are obvious signs of improvement in business during this period. Even if it is not profitable, it is impossible to lose so much. It is clear that someone is behind it to enrich themselves. And this person can only be you, the shopkeeper. After all, no one except you has this authority and ability. Chen Li looked at the shopkeeper with sharp eyes, looking very sad and angry. She didn't save any face for the shopkeeper. In her understanding, the shopkeeper was invited by her to do things, so she was naturally free to instigate and blame her. In the past, she didn't do a good job and her boss didn't do the same thing. What's more, the shopkeeper did such a heinous thing and betrayed her trust. Boss, old man, I try my best to do things for you. I don't ask for any gratitude from you. After all, the old man is paid, but you can't insult my character like this and just make excuses without investigating the matter clearly and without evidence. Things have happened to me. I, Yu Zhengqing, have been a clean and honest person in this life. I ask myself that my conduct is worthy of the conscience of heaven and earth. Boss, you can't go too far. Yu Zhengqing's frank and clear words sounded like outright sophistry to Chen Li. She felt that the shopkeeper had hidden all the evidence of lining his own pockets and thought she couldn't find out, so she acted so confident. Increasingly angry and annoyed. Shopkeeper, you don't have to act so innocent. If you are really so innocent, where did all the money that was lost on the book go? Could it be that it just disappeared out of thin air? Some things will leave clues as long as they are done, and I will always find out. Yes, instead of denying it in every possible way, you might as well spit out the money you swallowed, and I can forget about it. Otherwise, if I do something serious, you will not be able to care about your old face for most of your life. Chen Li pointed at it. Yu Zhengqing said angrily, thinking that he was too kind, and such an unruly slave should be sent to the government for punishment. My old man has lived for most of his life, and this is the first time I have seen such an unreasonable person. After all, he is a woman. She has long hair and short knowledge. If you can't afford to lose money, don't go out to do business. It's such an ugly thing. This is called shame. Yu Zhengqing was so angry that he became rude in his words. He had already figured out the identity of his employer's daughter's family. His employer's concealment method was really not very clever, but he just didn't say it out loud, so he couldn't care less about it now. Okay, you shameless old man, old gangster, it turns out that you have known my identity for a long time, so you came up with this idea, thinking that my daughter's family has become easy to bully. If you don't get rid of the corruption today, if you spit out your money, don't blame me for taking you to the government and let the government punish you. Chen Li was a little angry when her identity was revealed by the shopkeeper. In addition, her brain circuit was different from that of ordinary people, so the topic changed a little strangely. In the end, Chen Li did not believe that her shop would suffer losses. With her modern skills with vision and talent, the shop that has spent so much energy to run should be able to make a lot of money. Just like the shops that were opened before, which one is not making money every day, it is also smooth sailing these days. Chen Li's self-confidence was inflated and she was unwilling to believe in failure, so she placed the responsibility on the shopkeeper. Shopkeeper Yu's face turned green and white. He was just telling the truth without any bad intentions, but he was called an old gangster. This was the first time in his life that he was accused and abused like this. If he hadn't been in good health, he almost fainted from anger. Okay, old man, I behave upright and I'm not afraid of people coming to investigate. It doesn't matter if I go to court to sue. Nothing can be escaped. But if the truth of the matter is found out by then, please give the old man an explanation. Framing someone's reputation is also a big crime. Shopkeeper Yu said, and without waiting for Chen Li's reaction, he asked the clerk in the shop to go to the government to hire someone. If the government didn't find out today, he would have been slandered and lost such a reputation for nothing. He would not have to live. It would be really shameless. Chen Li couldn't stop her, and felt a little angry. How could she be so kind that she didn't send Shopkeeper Yu to the official position? She was just afraid of trouble. She had 2 official words and had no money, so she didn't come in. If she could resolve such a matter privately and get the money back, she would be the best. Well, no matter what the outcome is when the trouble comes to the government, it will cost a lot of money to deal with it. I can only regret that this old man acted too fast and was so confident. Is he really innocent, or is he colluding with people from the government? Those clerks still respect the shopkeeper very much on weekdays. They work in the shop and know best how the business is on weekdays. Some time ago, the business in the shop improved a bit and even started to make a profit. However, it was later suppressed by competition from peers. The improved business has returned to its previous lukewarm state, and is even worse than before. With so much loss, where can the shopkeeper go? When the shopkeeper was scolded and scolded like this by a little girl, they couldn't stand it even though they felt sympathy, so as soon as they heard the shopkeeper ask them to report it to the official, they ran out immediately. Shopkeeper Yu is indeed not greedy. No matter how the business in the shop is, both the clerks in the shop and people in the surrounding shops can prove it. The final result of the official investigation is naturally that Shopkeeper Yu is innocent. The innocence was finally confirmed. Shopkeeper Yu was so excited that she almost burst into tears. However, Chen Li couldn't accept it. She even felt that the government was bribed by Shopkeeper Yu, so she preferred to speak to the shopkeeper and kept expressing her dissatisfaction, which made the official a little annoyed and wanted to. For Lu Xiu's sake, he didn't dare to offend Chen Li too much, so he had to fight for a few times, so he was very impatient and kicked Chen Li out of the government office. Shopkeeper Yu originally wanted to seek justice from Chen Li, but seeing the government's attitude, he had no choice but to leave. However, the situation was not too bad at least, and the government at least restored his innocent reputation. Lu Xiu got the news and took Chen Li over. He suppressed the boredom in his heart and told Chen Li exactly what he had found out. Only then did Chen Li believe that the shop had really lost so much. While feeling a little frustrated, she remembered what she had said to the shopkeeper before. His attitude was a little guilty, and he wanted to apologize to Shopkeeper Yu and make some compensation, which would be considered worthy of Shopkeeper Yu. However, when he arrived at the shop, Shopkeeper Yu had already packed up and left. You actually left. This is so irresponsible. You didn't even say hello. Chen Li was surprised. At the same time, she also felt that Shopkeeper Yu was too temperamental and too narrow-minded. She just misunderstood her. Let's talk about it. Just come, she is the bread and butter of Shopkeeper Yu, and Shopkeeper Yu takes her wages. Even if she is a little wronged, it doesn't matter. She was often scolded by her boss before, and she couldn't even find an excuse. But if the shopkeeper leaves, just leave. As long as he has money, he is afraid that he will not be able to hire talents, and if he manages the shop like this, he is just a mediocre person and cannot be used. Chen Li thought like this, but she was very concerned about whether the shopkeeper would stay or leave. Don't really care. When the waiter heard Chen Li's words, he quickly lowered his head and raised a sarcastic arc out of sight. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Rebirth of a Farming Wife. Author, Tianni. Chapter 393. Su Wenyu had been sending people to keep an eye on Chen Li's movements. Soon, what happened to Chen Li reached Su Wenyu's ears. A smile appeared on her lips. This concubine Li had been smooth sailing in her previous life, so she was too confident and refused to believe in failure, which made her look so ugly. In her previous life, Chen Li was indeed successful. Although it was a bit difficult at the beginning, she gradually turned losses into profits under Chen Li's painstaking management, and then gradually opened up the market, which showed that Chen Li was still capable. It was a pity that Su Wenyu took action this time, and Chen Li had no choice but to admit defeat. Su Wenyu felt that maybe she was really a selfish person. She used what she knew in her previous life to calculate Chen Li, but she didn't feel guilty or embarrassed at all. Instead, she felt happy. Who made Chen Li covet her man? Moreover, Chen Li's existence was a threat to her family. The first to strike is the strongest, and the last to strike will suffer. She must not let Chen Li become strong and have the opportunity to compete with the Su family. Su Wenyu's actions could not be hidden from Han Yu, and Su Wenyu had no intention of hiding them from Han Yu. Although Han Yu did not know why Su Wenyu was so afraid of Chen Li, this Chen Li was indeed a bit evil, and as long as his wife did not hurt him, Han Yu would not care about such things. The rest depended on his wife's happiness. When he learned that Su Wenyu wanted to suppress Chen Li's business, Han Yu even pushed behind the scenes. And these days, Lu Xiu and Han Yu he had vigorously rectified and eliminated many dangerous factors, and it was much more peaceful. Su Wenyu's shop was almost ready. The specific things were handed over to Fulu. Su Wenyu only drew the drawings, and gave some ideas and concepts, and the rest was a hands-off shopkeeper. Now that the shop was decorated, it was time to go and see it. Now that the outside world was much more stable, Han Yu did not stop Su Wenyu from going out, but still gave her enough manpower, all of which were trustworthy soldiers trained by his men, but Su Wenyu did not want to make such a big move to attract attention, so these soldiers were dressed as servants. I know you don't like me controlling you, but I still have to make it clear. I won't stop you from going out, but there is one thing, you must bring enough people with you, and you are not allowed to go out alone, otherwise if I find out, there will be no next time. You can blame me for being domineering or angry at that time, but I will never let you go. Han Yu knew his wife's temper, so he made his attitude clear and made a solemn statement. Seeing Han Yu so serious, Su Wenyu knew that Han Yu was serious, so she nodded. Although she did think that Han Yu was making a fuss, it was obvious that the outside world had been cleared and the city was peaceful. Even if it was for safety, he could just take 3 or 2 people out, and there was also Chi Luo, who was not bad in martial arts, with him. Why make such a big scene and make a big fuss every time he went out? However, Su Wenyu thought about it, but she was smart enough not to say it out. After all, Han Yu agreed to let her do business, which was a step back, and she couldn't push it any further. Moreover, Su Wenyu could see that Han Yu was absolutely serious. I know, don't worry, I always bring someone with me when I go out. Su Wenyu came to the shop, which was the most prosperous center of Yiyang Prefecture. Even in such a world, there were still people coming and going, and there was no sign of depression. It was enough to show that there were many rich people in Yiyang Prefecture. No matter what time, the most miserable were only the bosses. Speaking of this shop, it was exchanged with Sikongling for the colorful exquisite lamp at that time. The upper and lower floors of the shop were in such a good location. Even the location of the Su family's shop was not as good as this. If it was bought at other times, I don't know what the price would be, and ordinary people couldn't buy it. Thinking that the most precious things in the colorful exquisite lamp were taken away by her, and the risks brought by the colorful exquisite lamp were borne by Sikongling, and in exchange for such a good store, Su Wenyu still felt a little guilty. Although Fulu was valued and respected by his master, he knew how to keep a distance and never did anything beyond his status. When he saw Su Wenyu coming, he respectfully welcomed her in. Madam, you are here. The shop has been decorated. Please take a look. Are you satisfied? There are still a few days before leaving Jiang. If you are not satisfied, I will change it. Fulu said this, and he was really afraid that there would be something that would not satisfy the master. Although he was very satisfied in his heart, it was just that the master's vision was high, which was not comparable to them. The reason why the shop was decorated so well was that he relied on the master's drawings and suggestions, and he discussed with the workers to improve some places. Not bad, very good, Uncle Fu, you are really great, no wonder my father often praises you. This shop is decorated more beautifully than I expected, and many shortcomings and deficiencies that I didn't notice have been supplemented. Su Wenyu nodded, and her satisfaction was beyond words. Fulu's efficiency and ability were really beyond words. If her father hadn't sent her such a helper, she would have spent a lot more time on decoration alone, not to mention other things. This is the duty of the servants. As long as the madam is satisfied. Fulu was also happy to see Su Wenyu satisfied, but his habits and qualities over the years made him calm and composed, which made Su Wenyu even more satisfied. Su Wenyu opened a department store, not an ordinary sundry shop. Most of the people who come in and out of ordinary sundry shops are ordinary people, while her department store is more inclined to the upper wealthy. No matter what time it is, there are always rich people, even in such a chaotic world. Su Wenyu's idea of the department store is based on Chen Li's store in her previous life, and there are many changes on it. Although they are all details, it is the rich who pay more attention to details. When they have money and live a good life, they will be particular. After all, Su Wenyu was born and raised here, and many of her ideas are more in line with the ideas of people of this era. Su Wenyu had always been confused. Concubine Li was definitely very smart, otherwise she would not have reached that point. However, many of her ideas were irrational, and even violated the ethics and customs, which caused a lot of controversy and even became her fatal blow in the end. After the rebirth, Su Wenyu thought more. Chen Li seemed to be different from the people of their dynasty. Perhaps she had the same adventure as her, otherwise how could a person suddenly change so much? Perhaps Chen Li was no longer the real Chen Li, but another person possessed Chen Li. She didn't believe that there were such bizarre things in the world before, but now she thinks it is very possible. In terms of birth and status, Chen Li's life experience was too ordinary, and her family was better than ordinary people. Chen's father could do some small business and had some extra money. It was Xiaofu Ankang's family, not as good as the upper class but better than the lower class. However, there were many such families, so Su Wenyu asked Su Henji to check it out, so she didn't find it immediately. Rebirth of a Farming Wife. Author, Tianni. Chapter 394. Later, when things got messy, Su Wenyu went out to avoid trouble again. The Su family had to deal with too many things to preserve themselves, so they didn't pay much attention to the affairs of an unrelated person. Chen Li. He was just such a person, but he was full of, he is proud and confident, and feels superior to others. Where does this confidence come from? Su Wenyu felt that her guess was pretty accurate. I heard that not far from us, someone wants to open a department store. It will also open in a few days. It coincides with our idea. Uncle Fu, are you sure? Su Wenyu was talking about Chen Li. She had been sending people to keep an eye on Chen Li, so she got the news when Chen Li had this plan. She also sighed in her heart. She felt that although this woman had many shortcomings, she was also too arrogant and confident. But she is a person who can withstand beatings. After her last failure, Chen Li not only did not get discouraged, but quickly adjusted and regained her momentum, becoming even more powerful than before. Yes, my subordinates also heard about it. It's not far from here. I was a little worried when I heard about it, and even went there a few times in disguise. Although it's also a department store, the decoration is not as good as ours. It's a bit weird. I have an indescribable feeling, and I also ask someone to go in and investigate. The variety of their goods is not as complete as ours, so it should not pose a threat to us. As expected of Fulu, he was steady and thoughtful in doing things. So when Ayu mentioned this matter just to make Fulu take precautions. Unexpectedly, Fulu had already gone to find out the truth. Uncle Fu, it's good that you have inquired about their truth, but even so, you can't take it lightly. I know the person who opened the shop. He is an eclectic person. He can always come up with many novel ideas and ideas. This has been the case before. That's why she quickly rose to prominence in the business world. She has some skills. Even the Su family's business has been affected a bit because of her. We must deal with it carefully and not take it lightly just because of a temporary advantage. Although Su Wenyu is satisfied with Fu Lu, she is not self-satisfied. Chen Li had somersaults on this, and Chen Li was indeed a difficult person, so naturally she had to be more careful. Fu Lu's face became solemn when he heard what Su Wenyu said, and he recognized and admired this little master a little more in his heart. The little master was really good at doing business, although his skills were a little immature because he had just entered the business world. In this regard, he was not as good as them. It's okay for the old guy to be watching from the side. What's important is that the young master has a unique and novel vision, has a relaxed mind, doesn't belittle his opponent, is good at seeing his opponent's strengths, and isn't arrogant because of a little achievement. This is all very good quality. Madam, don't worry. The person who runs this shop also knows that although some of his ideas are unrealistic, he does have some tricks. I will be careful to guard against it and will not take it lightly. Fulu had paid attention to Chen Li in the Su family before. But he has paid a lot of attention to this woman. Now he can know himself and his enemy. Even if Su Wenyu doesn't remind him, he will act carefully. That's good. Originally, I was a little worried about Chen Li's methods, but with Uncle Fu here to support me, I can feel at ease. As for the plans I mentioned to Uncle Fu before, Uncle Fu helped me go through the details. Waiting for the department store. Once the business of the shop stabilizes, preparations will begin slowly. Fulu nodded, and had already made an estimate in his mind about the plans proposed by Su Wenyu. I think the plans Madam thought of are generally feasible, but they need time to prepare and cannot be rushed, and manpower is also a problem. Although it can be done temporarily, when it comes to finding manpower, those who have not been tested and trained are incompetent in all aspects and can easily be bribed. The slave was able to get the inside information of the shop so quickly because he bribed the clerk inside. Uncle Fu is considering that this matter will be left to you to follow up. If there is anything you need, just ask, and I will try my best to do it. Su Wenyu explained her thoughts and plans and started working directly. Hands over to the shopkeeper. First of all, because of the child, she can't allocate too much energy. What's more important is that with a loyal and capable subordinate like Fulu, Su Wenyu only needs to come up with ideas, and she can safely retreat. Sit tight on the Diaotai. Su Wenyu is a very self-aware person. She is not good at business methods or communication, so it is appropriate to leave it to Fulu, which also shows her trust in Fulu. Although Fulu's loyalty to the Su family is unquestionable, for his father it is impossible to betray her, but Su Wenyu does not want Fulu to be loyal to her only based on this. Su Wenyu may not be so proficient in business, but the most important thing her father gave her is to make good use of and win over her subordinates. Fulu didn't expect that the young master would trust her so much, and she would hand over all the business to him without any doubts about him. She felt somewhat relieved and touched, and also had a sense of belonging. Originally, the master asked him to follow her. Miss, he is not so willing in his heart. He is not a current man who wants to find fault with his master. He is really overqualified and underqualified. With the miss, he has nothing to do but do what an ordinary servant can do. He is grateful for the kindness of the master, so he wants to doing your best to help the master is the greatest reward for the master. However, one cannot be picky about the master's decision at this time, not to mention that the master spoke so earnestly and asked him in such a solemn manner. He could neither refuse, but he felt somewhat depressed. He originally thought that he would follow the master all his life, or follow the two young masters, but in the end he ended up with the married lady. However, this also showed that the master loved and valued the lady, and he would be loyal to this point. I'm just sorry, but I didn't expect that I would have the opportunity to show my talents in this life. The plans and ideas that the young lady came up with were refreshing to him. Thinking of the challenges he would face in the future, Fulu was not afraid or scared, but felt a kind of passion. If he could really achieve the vision and ideas proposed by the young lady, his life would be worth it. Although Fulu sold himself to Master Su to repay his gratitude and voluntarily became a servant, he still had a man's drive and desire for achievement in his bones, wanting to achieve something, even if the achievement did not benefit him in the end. Since the madam trusts me so much, I will not refuse. I will do my best and will never let you down. Fulu seemed to say just a few ordinary words, but with seriousness and solemnity, as if he was swearing an oath, and also expressed his willingness to follow Su Wenyu loyally in the future. This time he was truly submissive, just because of Su Wenyu, not for anything else. Su Wenyu was quite satisfied to see Fulu like this. She finally did not waste her efforts in vain, and nodded, "Then thank you for your hard work, Uncle Fu." Rebirth of a Farming Wife. Author, Tianni. Chapter 395. There is one more thing I want to discuss with Madame Fulu said again. Originally, even if Su Wenyu didn't come today, Fulu planned to go over and ask for instructions. After all, he couldn't decide on such a matter without authorization, even though Madame gave him enough rights. He must live up to his wife's trust and act in a well-founded manner. "Uncle Fu, please tell me something." Su Wenyu saw Uncle Fu and asked. "That's right. Madame wants to expand her business, so I can't focus all my energy on the department store. I need enough manpower to help, so I want to recruit someone." Su Wenyu thought that Uncle Fu specifically asked for her opinion for some reason. After listening to Uncle Fu's words, "I have handed over the rights to you, Uncle Fu. You can decide this matter yourself, as long as that person is available. I won't have any objection. I thank Madam for your trust. If it were an ordinary person, I would have made the decision on my own, but this man needs Madam's consent. After all, his reputation has not been very good recently due to some things. Many shops are not willing to hire such a person, and this person she is also involved in some relationship with Chen Li, so my subordinates came to report to Madame Ming and did not dare to make any arbitrary decisions." Fulu explained the reason clearly. "Oh? Who is it that makes you, Uncle Fu, work so hard and have a relationship with Chen Li?" Su Wenyu was a little curious. To be valued and recommended by Fulu, this person definitely has the ability and talent. His character should not be too bad. As for his reputation outside, Su Wenyu doesn't care that much, but since Fulu said so, he still needs to ask clearly. After all, this person is involved with Chen Li, and this alone makes him. She was a little worried, wondering if this person was a secret agent sent by Chen Li to deliberately spy on the news. "I was a little hesitant before, but this person does have some skills. The important thing is that he is quite upright and does not hide his adultery. Such a person is most suitable for managing a department store." Fulu continued to explain the reason. Su Wenyu's appetite was completely whetted by Fulu. "Oh, Uncle Fu, please stop showing off. Tell me who you are. My curiosity has been aroused by you. That woman Chen Li is not simple. Since that man has a relationship with Chen Li, so how could he not be attracted by Chen Li and be willing to come to our place?" Uncle Fu saw Su Wenyu's eager look, which was a bit childish, and smiled very kindly. "Speaking of which, He had also watched his wife grow up, and he treated her as a child and loved her in his heart. Since Madam said this, I don't want to show off. In fact, Madam also knows that this person is the shopkeeper Yu Zhengqing hired by Chen Li before. He was originally hired by Chen Li at a high price. He probably heard about Yu Zhengqing's reputation. But later, Chen Li's shop was suppressed and the business was in a slump, and she suffered a lot of losses. Chen Li didn't believe her failure, but she blamed Yu Zhengqing, and she was wronged. Later, she went to the government and Yu Zhengqing was confirmed. Although he was innocent, he was unwilling to continue working for Chen Li and left angrily. Is it him? Su Wenyu was naturally familiar with the words Yu Zhengqing. She did not say that she planned this matter completely, but she also contributed a lot from behind and was the driving force behind the scenes. However, Zhengqing was the last person to do so. If his innocence had not been proven, how could he have a bad reputation and even make other shops reluctant to hire him? Su Wenyu was a little puzzled and expressed her doubts. Fulu was not surprised at all when he heard Su Wenyu's words. After all, his wife was younger and more innocent, and her eyes were more about right and wrong, but things in this shopping mall were not so clear-cut. He patiently explained to Su Wenyu. It also gave Su Wenyu more knowledge. Although what Madam said is correct, it is because we know the inside story that we believe in Yu Zhengqing's innocence. Others may not think so, especially because the government is biased toward Chen Li because of General Liu, and not because of Yu Zhengqing. The accusation and punishment of Chen Li gave the uninformed people an illusion. Many people would think that Yu Zhengqing was too cunning and hid the evidence of the crime, so he luckily escaped the punishment of the government. This does not mean that Yu Zhengqing is the innocent. But this is just a guess. It is more likely that Yu Zhengqing is innocent, Su Wenyu said with some injustice. That's true, but what does it matter? The so-called way of employing people, in the eyes of most people, is that instead of hiring someone who may be hiding an adulterer, it is better to hire someone with a clean reputation. Even if his ability is insufficient, he will feel more at ease. And the reason why that incident happened was because the store suffered too much losses, which in the eyes of more people was a sign of Yu Zhengqing's lack of ability. After Uncle Fu said this, Su Wenyu felt slightly uncomfortable. No one could better understand how unjust Yu Zhengqing was. The reason why the shop suffered losses was not Yu Zhengqing's fault at all. If Yu Zhengqing had not worked hard to maintain it, the losses would have been even worse. She was the one who caused all this. Since Uncle Fu admires Yu Zhengqing so much, he invited Yu Zhengqing here. I believe in Uncle Fu's vision. The person he likes must be good, and his character and talent are worthy of trust. Su Wenyu is now the most what was lacking was talent. Su Wenyu had planned to recruit Yu Zhengqing even if Fulu didn't mention it. When Fulu mentioned it, she readily agreed. She not only sold Uncle Fu's face, but also achieved her own wish. It was the best of both worlds. Seeing that Su Wenyu agreed without any hesitation, Uncle Fu felt very convinced. Madam believed in him so much that he had to work harder to get things done in order to be worthy of Madam's trust. My wife trusts me so much that I will never let you down. This Yu Zhengqing will definitely become my wife's good assistant in the future. Okay, I'll wait and see. After talking about Yu Zhengqing, Su Wenyu told Uncle Fu many ways and ideas to run a store, which made Uncle Fu admire her. The lady was indeed full of ideas. With so many ideas, she was more confident that the department store would definitely be prosperous. Chen Li has been very competitive recently. The store failed and lost a lot before. This time, she must plan well to make up for the losses and regain Lu Xiu's confidence and attention to her. Chen Li could feel that Lu Xiu's attitude towards her had changed subtly recently. After getting along for a long time, he would become impatient. This was not a good sign. It's not that Chen Li really likes Lu Xiu. In fact, she prefers the cold and domineering Han Yu. It's just that Hanyu doesn't seem to want to pay attention to her, probably because he has a wife. But the more this happens, Chen-li feels like she can't stop. It's hard to find such a good man who is devoted to his wife. Not to mention ancient times, even in the modern monogamous world, it is extremely rare to find a good man. It's a pity that this man is not loyal to her, but she has a desire to conquer him. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Rebirth of a Farming Wife. Author, TNNI. Chapter 396. However, although she is more interested in Hanyu, Chen-li is a rational and ambitious woman. In history, it was Lu Xiu who finally ascended to the throne, so her ultimate goal is still Lu Xiu. Hanyu can be said to be a kind of adjustment, or it was a spare tire left behind. If Lu Xiu really couldn't satisfy her, then she would settle for the next best thing. Another point is that Chen-li feels that there are some changes in the history of this era, and many things are different from what she knows, such as Hanyu, so she is not very sure that Lu Xiu will reach that position in the end, so naturally she should stay behind. And Hanyu is capable and talented, and he is also a powerful person. He will never go wrong in winning people over. Chen-li had made a good plan, and her previous life had indeed gone according to her expectations. With Su Wenyu's rebirth in this life, and the two of them standing in a hostile position, it was destined not to go so smoothly. My boss, there is a store to be opened in the center of the street not far from us. It seems to be a department store, just like us, and that store has an advantage over us in terms of location and store size. Should we go there first to find out the information? So as not to be caught off guard, Li Ming said with some worry. Li Ming is Chen-li's newly hired shopkeeper. His abilities are pretty good and he has made some good reputations, so he was recruited by Chen-li with a high salary. However, although Li Ming is much smoother and more sophisticated than Yu Zhengqing, he is a little timid and kind. Selfishly, such a positive performance this time is not so loyal. I just want to show off in front of Chen-li, so that Chen-li can trust him more and give him more rights. Since Chen-li had the last experience, although Yu Zhengqing did not betray her, she still remembered it in her heart. Even if Yu Zhengqing did not betray her, who knows if she will meet such a person in the future, so she decided to strictly control her. The subordinates thought of many ways and finally decided to divide the power of the store into several parts and supervise each other. Therefore, even as the shopkeeper, he did not have the final say and was subject to many restrictions. In this way, it was quite a good method, of course, has its drawbacks. In order to gain the trust of the master, the subordinates are competing for performance, which will inevitably cause some troubles. Although it is not obvious at the moment, some resentments are often accumulated day by day and eventually explode. Come. Chen-li frowned when she heard what Li Ming said. She was a little nervous at first, but after thinking about it, she felt relieved. Her ideas came from modern times. Even if the idea of opening a shop was somewhat similar, it would not be as novel as hers. It's just an ordinary shop, so why be afraid? I have to say that Chen-li is full of self-confidence, but even though she has figured it out, Chen-li is still a little unhappy. Li Ming's words are obviously to make others ambitious and destroy his prestige. He said such depressing words before the store has even opened, which is a sign. Neither is good. It doesn't matter if we have the same shop. It's just an ordinary shop. Even though the location and area are better than ours, we're not bad either. The most important thing is that our shop is unique. Many things can't be bought outside at all. It's all mine. It makes people special, and you can be invincible with this. Forget it this time, don't say such depressing words in the future. Since you are working under me, you must know what to do and what not to do. Chen-li said, scolding, and she still felt very comfortable in her heart. In the past, in modern times, although she also sat in the position of manager, she was still working for others. She had obviously worked hard, but she was still scolded by her boss for trivial matters. It was so bloody that now that she was the master, she could finally experience this feeling. Moreover, her ambitions did not end there. In the future, she would have a higher salvation, and even sit on that one person who is worth less than 10,000 people. Position above. Li Ming felt that his boss was too confident. In order to show his ability, he also sent people to the shop to inquire about it. Although he could not bribe the people inside to know the specific situation, he also got some information. He originally wanted to he tried to persuade him, but with his boss's attitude, even if he said it, it would be a thankless task, and he might even cause his boss's displeasure. When the time comes, his boss would not look at him differently, but it would make people laugh, so he suppressed it. Relieved the worries in my heart. Anyway, take it one step at a time. When the business of the shop is not good, he has the skill and he will not worry about finding a new owner. Sometimes this owner is too harsh. Li Ming had made a plan, he had made up his mind, and he no longer worried. A catering smile appeared on his face. He had figured out that no one knew what would happen in the future, and it was only serious that he had reaped the benefits now. Yes, what the boss said is that the subordinates have heard about the boss's ability for a long time. The subordinates are just too worried about doing their job because they want to do their jobs well. With the boss's ability, how can he take such a shop seriously? Here, I lost my sense of propriety for a while, and I hope my boss can forgive me. I will do my best in the future and never let down my boss's expectations. Li Ming licked his face and said with a smile, looking very servile and flattering. Su Wenyu must have disdained her. Such people usually don't have very good character. However, Chen Li enjoyed Li Ming's flattery, but she didn't know that she was like this. Attitude allowed Li Ming to figure out his boss's temperament and determine his future behavior guidelines. It is difficult to do good things, but it is not easy to say nice things. Who can be a shopkeeper, who is not very articulate and articulate? After visiting the shop, Su Wenyu was about to go back when she saw Han Yu coming with someone. Su Wenyu was a little happy and a little helpless. It was a good thing that her man was so concerned about her, but looking at Han Yu's obviously uneasy expression, she was so controlled by the man. She also felt a little restrained. Didn't you have something to do today? Why are you here? Su Wenyu walked towards Han Yu and put her hand in Han Yu's. Han Yu was very satisfied with his wife's self-awareness. He took his wife's hand and rubbed Su Wenyu's forehead with his other hand. I have finished all the things for today. Besides, no matter how important the things are, they are not as important as my wife, so I came to pick you up as soon as I finished the things. How is it? Are you satisfied with the decoration of the shop? Is there anything I can help you with? Very good, Uncle Fu is more capable than I thought, and the decoration effect is much better than the drawings. Even if I do it myself, I may not be able to do it so well. It's a good opportunity that you are here. Do you want to go in and see the results of my labor for so many days? Su Wenyu looked at Han Yu with shining eyes. Obviously, she was looking forward to it. She also wanted to show her skills to her man and get Han Yu's recognition, so that Han Yu would know that she is not only a good wife, but also has a way to do business. Han Yu saw that his wife wanted to be recognized and affirmed by him, and his heart softened, with a doting and indulgence on his face. Rebirth of a Farming Wife. Author, Tian Ni. Chapter 397. Okay, since I'm here, I'll naturally go in and take a look, and see the results of my wife's hard work for so many days, but I believe that my wife is so capable and has spent so much energy to get things done. Han Yu smiled. He boasted that there was no principle at all, but it was just based on doting and caring for his wife, so he had to encourage her more. No matter whether it was good or not, her wife had been busy for so many days and really worked hard on this matter. He just said the daughter-in-law's self-confidence cannot be undermined, and with Fulu on her side, it shouldn't be a problem. Su Wenyu was very happy to be coaxed by Han Yu. This man became more and more good at talking. Although it was not sweet words, it made her feel more comfortable. Do you believe in me so much? Of course, you are my wife. I don't believe who you trust. Han Yu became more and more aware of his wife's petty temperament and said softly. Han Yu just wanted to make his wife happy. He walked into the shop and was really surprised when he saw the decoration. The style of the shop was something he had never seen before. It looked like it had a bit of the style of a foreign lord, but he was surprised. It is also mixed with the styles and customs of the Daming dynasty, which makes people's eyes bright but not uncomfortable, and some things in the store have been put on display. Han Yu casually took out a delicate and beautiful wooden box from the shelf, with the words of the outer fan engraved on it. When he opened it, there was indeed a pink and purple sweet potato inside, which was exquisite and small. It was also engraved with the words and patterns of the outer fan. Han Yu, he raised his eyebrows. Daughter-in-law, are these goods brought by the foreign vassal? Han Yu thought that these things seemed to come from the outer vassal. The Daming dynasty also had fragrant rice noodles, but they were not as beautiful and exquisite as this one. Moreover, it was engraved with the words of the outer vassal. Although I can't understand it, but I've seen it before, and the milky white paint color on the box is not what they are used to here. Several containers here have such things, and the outer packaging has the words of Wei Fan printed on it. Han Yu knew that Su Wenyu had no contact with merchants from outside the vassal. His wife was right under his nose, and because it was not safe outside in such troubled times, Han Yu sent many people to protect Su Wenyu. It was impossible for him to come into contact with anyone. I don't know, but Han Yu is not surprised how Su Wenyu got these things. After all, his father-in-law and brother-in-law have great powers and are business wizards. They must be connected with businessmen from other vassals. It is not difficult to get these things. The food from foreign vassals at home is not. My brother-in-law got it for me. Guess. Su Wenyu blinked mischievously, but did not give Han Yu a definite answer, which surprised Han Yu. Could it be that these things from outside the vassal were not brought by his brother-in-law, otherwise his wife could not react like this? It made him a little confused. Didn't my father-in-law and uncle get these items from the foreign vassal? Han Yu couldn't guess. He couldn't have made it himself. Although he knew that his wife had tinkered with a lot of things during this period, he didn't ask for details. But these are the things of foreign vassals. Who said it was from a foreign vassal? Su Wenyu said proudly when she saw Han Yu being so proud that even Han Yu couldn't tell, which meant that she was really good at making these things. Is this something you have been tinkering with during this period? It's not that Han Yu couldn't guess it before, but he just thought it was unlikely. Now that his wife has given obvious hints, it seems that the unlikely guess is true. His wife is too capable. Of course. How about it? Your wife is capable. Do these things look better than those from other vassals? But you know that you know, but you can't reveal it. These ladies don't know what their psychology is, they are obviously the same. I just feel that the good things from outside are better. Once these things are made and sold as items of foreign vassals, the price can be many times more expensive and the sales will be even better, so I came up with this idea, she said arrogantly, and then explained the reason why she did this. Although Han Yu doted on his wife in the past and knew that his wife was very smart, he was limited in certain aspects. For example, when his wife opened a shop before, he was not so optimistic about it, but now his wife refreshes his knowledge time and time again. Which made him a little impressed. No wonder his wife was dissatisfied before. It turned out that he really underestimated her. Of course, I never knew that my wife was very good at doing business before. This is really a good idea. In fact, it is nothing unusual. It is just the principle that things are rare and valuable. The foreign vassal is so far away from our famous dynasty. There is a barrier. It is not easy to go back and forth in the sea, and the risks on the sea are also high. Things from there are naturally more expensive, and the costs themselves are high. There are also those noble ladies who like to show off and compare. You are very smart to use it. On to this. My husband, you are right. This is the truth. So when you had some such thoughts before. She agreed with what Hanyu said, but that was not the case. When she was in the mansion, the woman in the backyard was fine all day, and finally what she likes is showing off and comparing, and what can be used to show off and compare is nothing more than a man's favor and these material things. The reason why Suwenayu made many things look like they came from other vassals was also deeply affected. Anyway, she made a lot of money. The money belongs to the rich people in the upper class, so there is no need to feel ashamed. If these people make money, they will not make it in vain. Hanyu looked at the things on the shelves. They were really diverse. They had everything. Whether it was things from other vassals or food and supplies, they were all placed on different shelves in different categories. He also saw the things that his wife had asked him to do before. The pickled vegetables and bamboo shoot products are all packed in exquisite porcelain jars or other utensils. In the eyes of the world, they are the most ordinary, even some humble things, but because of the packaging and placement, they actually look high-end. Going up to the second floor is divided into several areas. Clothes and jewelry occupy the two largest positions, but the number is not large. Each piece is a fine product. Although the numbers above are not sky-high, they are also prices that ordinary ladies would tremble when spending. There is also a huge floor mirror in the middle. This floor mirror is truly obtained from the outer vassal, not a fake made by Suwenayu. It is a gift from Master Su to his daughter. The daimyo dynasty has not been able to make such a thing. Although Suwenayu roughly knows the recipe of glass, she has never thought of studying it. Glass is different from other things. The huge benefits in it not only bring huge profits but also dangers. It is not something that ordinary people can get involved in, even the Su family. Suwenayu has no plan to give out the recipe for the time being. The Su family is still just an ordinary merchant. Even if they have taken the position of the leader of the business world, merchants are still merchants. The Su family has not yet maintained the strength of this glass recipe. Giving it out will only bring disaster. Rebirth of a Farming Wife. Author, TNNI. Chapter 398. Hanyu obviously noticed the floor mirror. The position of the floor mirror was too conspicuous. As long as you go upstairs, you can see it. If it was any other item, it would be fine, but the floor mirror was a rare item. You could see your appearance clearly, not just a blurry image. Especially such a large floor mirror, it was worth 1,000 gold. There were only a few in the whole Daming dynasty, so it was hard for people to notice it. It was Master Su who was willing to give it to his daughter as a gift for opening a shop. You made this mirror too, Hanyu was a little unbelievable. Other things were easy to say, but the mirror was absolutely impossible to make without a formula. If it was really made by his wife, he would be more than just surprised and shocked. Of course not. You said you underestimated me, but now you overestimate me. I don't have that ability. My father got it from a foreign merchant and spent a lot of money. Only my precious daughter would be willing to give me such a valuable thing. It was originally said that I should use it for daily dressing and dressing, but I think this is a waste of talent. Now, I moved the mirror to the shop, and it can be used for many more purposes. So when I felt that she was really smart and knew how to make the best use of things. With this mirror, the grade of the shop has been raised. Ask around Yang City to find out which shop is so luxurious. Hanyu thought this was reasonable, otherwise he really didn't know how to react, but he was more impressed by his father-in-law's love for his daughter-in-law, and sighed again, "Father-in-law really loves you too much. That's my real father. If he doesn't love me, who else can he love? Dad has loved me the most since I was a child. In my father's words, daughters are meant to be loved, and my brother has also been giving in to me since I was a child." Su Wenayu's eyes were full of emotion and shame when she mentioned her family. Hanyu was grateful to his father-in-law and his elder brother-in-law after hearing what Su Wenayu said. Although his father-in-law and his elder brother-in-law helped him in major events, they also made things difficult for him on weekdays. Hanyu was more or less unhappy. Now that he had experienced the love of his father-in-law's family for his daughter-in-law, he finally understood the feelings of his father-in-law and his elder brother-in-law for having their daughter taken away. Especially now that he also had a daughter, he was furious when he thought that his soft and tender daughter would be taken away by an unknown man in the future. His father-in-law's family had been very polite to him so far. "Daughter-in-law, don't worry, we will be filial to our father-in-law and mother-in-law in the future." Hanyu couldn't say more, and his gratitude remained in his heart. In fact, not to mention the past, even when he led the uprising this time, his father-in-law's family, although they seemed to have cut off their relationship with him, privately supported him and gave him a lot of help. Otherwise, things would not have been so smooth if he relied on himself alone. Su Wenayu was happy to see Hanyu's attitude. It was enough for Hanyu to know what her parents did for her. Besides, Hanyu was a person who never said empty words. Since he expressed it like this, he would not treat her family badly in the future. "It's good that you know. Let's not talk about it. Please help me find out what else is lacking and give me some suggestions." Su Wenayu knew the principle of knowing when to stop. If you mention some things too much, it will easily make people feel disgusted, so she changed the subject. Hanyu didn't perfunctorily see Su Wenayu say this. He took a serious look around and made a few suggestions. The key point was the counter. Su Wenayu made it open according to her memory of her previous life. Customers can take it and look at it by themselves if they want. It's better to change it to a closed one. "Husband, do you think this is inappropriate? Isn't it more convenient for everyone to see and pick it up in this way? It also saves a lot of trouble. The most important thing is that it is different and not cliched." Su Wenayu didn't quite understand. In her opinion, this is much more convenient, and this open style is both novel and troublesome. She wanted to be a highlight, but Hanyu pointed it out. Seeing that his wife didn't understand, Hanyu patiently explained, "It is indeed very convenient. If the shop you opened is a popular ordinary shop, it will also be a different highlight, but you are now targeting the upper class, so this is very inappropriate." "What's wrong with it?" Su Wenayu still didn't understand. Chen Li did this before, and it was successful in the end. Su Wenayu didn't deny that she plagiarized Chen Li's ideas in a despicable way, but the business world is like a battlefield, and Chen Li's methods are not bright, so everyone is the same, as long as the bottom line is maintained. Think about it, if you go to a shop to buy something, you may find this method strange at first. It is indeed easy to attract some people, but this method will not be strange after being used too much. If other shops think this method is good, they will also follow suit, and gradually the advantage will disappear. The nobles in the upper class have a sense of superiority, thinking that they are superior to others, and naturally they should enjoy different services. The things in the counter can be seen and touched by everyone, which will only make them feel cheap. At first, they may try it once or twice because of the novelty, but they will not come again in the future. Su Wenayu heard Hanyu say this, and she understood it in a roundabout way, so that's the case, it is indeed the truth. Su Wenayu thought carefully, the shop opened by Chen Li before, although it was very famous and many people bought things, but few real nobles came to buy. She was a little puzzled at the time. It turned out to be this reason. If Hanyu hadn't said it, she really wouldn't have thought of it. Su Wenyu originally asked Hanyu for advice, but she just changed the subject and said a few words casually. She felt that she had prepared well and there should be no omissions. Unexpectedly, Hanyu raised the biggest question. As expected, there must be a teacher among three people. People should not be too proud and complacent. She was finally proud and complacent once, but was hit by Hanyu. Hanyu also understood Su Wenyu's original intention of designing this way, and said, in fact, to make guests feel at home, the most important thing is to train the guys below, who can read the guest's eyes and know how to provide help according to the needs of the guests. If you want to let the guests see the goods on the shelves, you can replace the upper layer of wood with glass like the gold cabinet on the second floor. This is also good. Because the second floor is for final items such as jewelry, Su Wenyu did not design an open one, but adopted this method, which was noticed by Hanyu. Hanyu not only raised the question, but also gave Su Wenyu advice. Su Wenyu thought this was a good idea, but it was a pity that it was not very practical to implement. This is good, but you don't know, it took me a lot of effort to get the glass on the second floor. My father and brother are out of stock. If we want to get it from other provinces, it will take a long time. The shop will open in a few days, and we can't wait. It will cost too much to do it again. It's not very cost-effective. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Rebirth of a Farming Wife. Author, TNNI. Chapter 399. Su Wenyu's consideration was more practical. Although she wanted to decorate the shop to be more high-end, she also used mirrors and glass on the second floor for this reason. However, this was only if they were readily available, rather than spending on them regardless of cost. Leave it to me to find a solution. Hanyu has always thought about problems more thoroughly. He has also thought of what Su Wenyu can think of. Now that he has proposed it, he naturally has a solution. When Su Wenyu said this, he said that he didn't know much about it before. I don't care, because I feel that my daughter-in-law's idea of opening a shop is just a whim. It's too hasty to just do it. Now that I see my daughter-in-law can do this, I also plan to contribute and do something for my daughter-in-law. Su Wenyu was a little unsure when she heard what Hanyu said. After all, she knew how difficult this thing was to get, otherwise it wouldn't be so valuable. There were many people in the entire famous dynasty who could use glass. What are you going to do? Glass is not that easy to work with. Su Wenyu knew that Hanyu never spoke big words, but Hanyu agreed in such a relaxed tone that she felt a little unsure. Don't worry, give me one day, and I will get the glass for you before tomorrow night. All you need to do is prepare the workers and pay extra money to rush the work. It won't delay the opening. Hanyu did not reveal any method, but he said but very sure. When Su Wenyu heard what Hanyu said, she didn't ask any more questions. She asked Fula to prepare everything that needed to be prepared, and then went back with Hanyu. As expected, Hanyu kept his promise, and the next day he had glass delivered to him, and the quantity was quite large, enough to install glass cabinets in the shop. Needless to say, Fula's work efficiency was so great that he immediately asked the prepared workers to put it in. The glass cabinet was installed according to Su Wenyu's idea. Apart from anything else, Hanyu's suggestions couldn't have been better. Once the glass cabinets were installed and the things were put on, the shop suddenly looked much more noble, especially the things with the style of foreign vassals. Su Wenyu still checked them out at the time. For fear of revealing the truth, it was specially designed according to the customs and habits of the foreign vassals, including glass cabinets and things brought from the western regions. The ones used are in the style of the western regions. Others with local characteristics are all designed in this way. The characteristics of the store are much more obvious. Fula was originally very satisfied with the decoration of the shop. After the display cabinets were replaced with glass cabinets, Fulu and the shop assistants felt proud that such a good shop was a place for them to work. After Su Wenyu agreed, Yu Zhengqing was also invited by Fulu, and now he is the serious shopkeeper of the shop. Yu Zhengqing thought about his recent experiences. He was suppressed by Chen Li after he fell into despair. After hearing the rumors, other shops questioned his character, as well as those people who made things worse, and his heart was agitated. It was his wife who was willing to believe him and gave him the money. His new life freed him from his predicament. He will be grateful for the rest of his life. He will definitely do things well in the future and live up to his wife's trust and kindness. People are like this. If you are trusted and promoted when things are going well and you are proud, and you think it is a given, you will be grateful, but not much. But if you are in trouble and difficult times, there are still people who are willing to believe and promote, and are willing to if you give him a hand, you will feel that it is of great significance, just like Yu Zhengqing's mood at this moment. He regards Su Wenyu as his biggest benefactor in his life, and vows to be loyal and repay him in the future. It is said that it is easy to add icing on the cake, but difficult to provide help in times of need. Fulu was very good at grasping the situation. Taking advantage of this moment, he said a lot of encouraging words, which only made Yu Zhengqing and his colleagues more grateful to Su Wenyu for working loyally for Su Wenyu. He was indeed a first-class loyal servant who dedicated himself to serving Su Wenyu. It was all for Su Wenyu's sake, and he did not use it to establish his own prestige. However, his prestige had already been established by Su Wenyu's attitude and sufficient respect. After all, the servant's dignity was given by his master. We are fortunate to work for such a good master, and to work in such a decent place. The master is willing to trust us, leave the business of the shop to us, and gives us such good treatment. We cannot let down the kindness of the master, and we must. The master is always wise and generous in handling things in the store. As long as we do our job well, he will never treat us badly. Don't worry, Mr. Boss, we will do our best. Yes, the master is so kind. We are not ungrateful people. If we don't do things well, we will feel guilty. We are not conscientious people. The opening day is coming soon. Everything is ready and all we need is east wind. Su Wenyu's shop has been decorated, but its reputation has not yet been established. Su Wenyu is holding an invitation sent by someone from the Yin family to invite her. It's a good time to go to a banquet. Su Wenyu wanted to take this opportunity to let everyone know about her shop, so she brought a lot of things to the banquet. Most of them were Western goods made by Su Wenyu's people, and the headbands she wore were also exquisite. She chose to wear jewelry made by Master Cao and dressed up like a fairy concubine. Even the people who usually served her were stunned. "Madam, you are so beautiful. Dressed like this, you will definitely shine at the banquet and outshine everyone else," Shiyu said with a smile. Su Wenyu looked at the mirror and nodded with satisfaction. This was the effect she wanted. On weekdays, she deliberately kept a low profile, so she dressed in lighter colors and wore exquisite and simple jewelry. But today, she specially dressed to build a reputation in the shop. That's good. Let's go out now that we've packed our things. The carriage came to Yin's house. Su Wenyu attracted a lot of attention as soon as she got off the carriage. She was good looking, not to mention that she could dress up today. People couldn't take their eyes off her. The eyes that looked at her were all amazed, but not ordinary vulgar beauty, but with a noble and elegant style that made people forget the vulgarity. "Madam, don't you see that Chen Li?" Shiyu had good eyesight and saw the figure getting off the carriage at a distance. When she looked closely, it was indeed Chen Li. Su Wenyu's eyes flashed. It was a coincidence. She watched Chen Li approach slowly. Today, she was not dressed as a woman in men's clothes as usual. She was dressed very beautifully and novelly. If Su Wenyu hadn't been comparing, she would have been a bright sight. Moreover, the clothes exposed too much on the chest, and almost the breast meat could be seen, which was a bit immoral. It seemed that Chen Li seemed to have the same idea as her, wanting to use the banquet to make a name for her store. Su Wenayu's mouth curled up, which was interesting. Chen Li walked over gracefully, looking elegant, but there was something missing and something extra, which made her look a little weird. When she saw Su Wenayu, who was also attending the banquet and standing not far away, her face did not look very good. Rebirth of a Farming Wife. Author, TNNI. Chapter 400. Chen Li didn't know that Su Wenayu was the boss of Tianage. She just disliked Su Wenayu. Of course, a lot of it was because of Han Yu, otherwise her face would be even worse. Chen Li originally wanted to take the opportunity of this banquet to enter the upper-class circles, and then give those ladies some gifts, so as to establish relationships with those ladies, which could not only expand her network of contacts, but also open up the market. She believed that these things would definitely win the favor of those noble ladies. In her current status, her parents love her and her family is relatively wealthy, so she can do what she wants to do freely. The only disadvantage is that her status as a businessman is too low, and all she has friends with are those in the shopping mall. She had won Lu Xiu and the others by her own ability. She also got the invitation from Lu Xiu this time, otherwise she might not even be able to enter the Yin family's gate. It is also annoying to say that the Yin family is obviously just a business now, but because of its previous background, there have been several figures in the ancestors, and they have secretly stocked up some soldiers and thugs, and they have become a local wealthy family all of a sudden. Thinking that he is great, Lu Xiu treats the Yin family better than he treats her. She gets angry when she is unhappy. Lu Xiu blames her for not understanding the general situation and hindering his great cause. What is so great about the Yin family? It's really irritating. Very. Chen Li wanted to show her abilities and make connections to open up the market through this banquet, so she thought of a way to beg Lu Xiu to give her this post. The excuse was to get closer to the Yin family. Lu Xiu finally agreed. Chen Li was also full of confidence. She didn't expect that she would meet Su Wenayu before entering Yin's house, and she was dressed so beautifully. In addition, Su Wenayu was already beautiful, so she immediately compared her with her. She felt a little bit in front of Su Wenayu. It was pessimistic, but this person was still Han Yu's wife. For this woman, Han Yu did not give her any face. However, Chen Li's greatest advantage is that she knows current affairs. She can't offend Su Wenayu's current status. Not to mention that Su Wenayu is an official's wife. Lu Xiu also values Han Yu. She can't treat Su Wenayu as she wants. Instead, she greeted him with a smile, but she felt aggrieved in her heart. Chen Li swore that one day she would be able to trample Su Wenayu under her feet and shed her blood for shame. It turns out it's Mrs. Han. It's a pleasure to meet you. Mrs. Han is also here to attend the banquet. What a coincidence! Chen Li gathered her mood and quickly walked towards Su Wenayu, smiling and saying. Su Wenayu paid attention to Chen Li and took note of Chen Li's performance just now. Seeing Chen Li's reaction, a playful smile appeared on the corner of her mouth. This concubine Li is really tolerant. She obviously hates her so much, but she still can't bear it. It's not easy to be friendly and enthusiastic. Since Chen Li showed a friendly attitude, Su Wenayu didn't do anything ugly. Although this woman was coveting her man, a faint smile appeared on her face. It's really a coincidence. I didn't expect to meet Miss Chen here. Miss Chen is dressed very brightly and charmingly today. Is she also here to attend the banquet? In Chen Li's opinion, Su Wenayu had a condescending feeling, which made her feel even more uncomfortable, but she still managed to maintain a smile. Yes, otherwise I wouldn't have met Mrs. Han here. Oh, it seems that Miss Chen has also met Miss Yin. Otherwise, she would not have been invited to the banquet. I have met Miss Yin a few times. Miss Yin is a very nice person and is worth making friends with, Su Wenyu said with a smile. Knowing that Chen Li and Yin Liwa were enemies in the future, the two women had their eyes on the same man, and said with some evil intentions. In fact, it is unlikely that Chen Li knows Yin Liwa. She has met Yin Liwa several times and knows that she is a woman who looks peaceful but has a sense of arrogance. She is afraid that she would disdain to be with Chen Li, let alone Chen Li. The Yin family has an ambiguous relationship with Lu Xiu. At this time, the Yin family has the intention to join Lu Xiu's camp. The most effective way is to marry. Naturally, they will find out Lu Xiu's situation clearly, and they will not be unaware of the relationship between this woman and Lu Xiu. Sure enough, Chen Li's face froze after hearing Su Wenyu's words, and the smile on her face became more and more forced. How could she know Miss Yin family? But she had met Miss Yin family once in Lu Xiu's house, and the way she treated her as if she was nothing made her she would never forget it. Even though she had done nothing, she felt that this woman was more hateful than anyone else, and she also knew that Lu Xiu had a crush on Miss Yin family. In Chen Li's opinion, this is nothing more than a combination of interests, but it makes her even more uncomfortable. If she just likes her purely, she can use her own skills to make Lu Xiu change his attitude. After all, Lu Xiu is a career-minded person and loves beauty. It's really hard to say that she cares too much. Even if she really likes her, she can sacrifice it for the sake of interests. However, if the interests are combined, especially when the Yin family is getting stronger, the situation will definitely not be good for her, and Yin Liwa will be in a position to suppress her in the future. Location. But even though Chen Li felt like this, she couldn't tell the truth. She came today to expand her relationship through the Yin family's banquet, and she did it for Lu Xiu. If she offended people from the Yin family, all her plans would be in vain. It will not be so easy for Lu Xiu to help her in the future. Miss Yin is indeed a very good person. Chen Li didn't want to say that she got the invitation from Lu Xiu, so she said it in an ambivalent way, avoiding the questions she didn't want to answer. It happened to be that she was about to arrive at this time. At the door of the Yin family, the servants of the Yin family rushed over to greet the visitor, which relieved Chen Li's dilemma. Chen Li saw the servant slowly walking towards them with a smile, her chin slightly raised, a decent and somewhat confident smile on her face, thinking that no matter what the young lady of the Yin family is like, the servants of the Yin family are still well trained and have a good attitude. Seeing the servant coming over, Chen Li wanted to praise him, but unexpectedly, the servant walked straight past her and walked behind her, where Su Wenyu was. Chen Li's smile froze, and she didn't know how to react when she stood there. She had deliberately walked in front of Su Wenyu, just to occupy the front position and let people notice it at first sight, but unfortunately her identity destined certain things. Madam Han, you are finally here. The young lady has already ordered that the servants wait for the lady here, and there must be no negligence. The servants will welcome you in. Now the servants became more and more attentive in front of Su Wenyu, and the wrinkles on their faces were exposed. They looked at Su Wenyu flatteringly, showing the friendly attitude of the Yin family. This was indeed something Yin Liwa had specially ordered and arranged. Ever since the last conflict between Yin Liwa and Su Wenyu was resolved, the close connection between the two families had been established because of Lu Xiu, and Han Yu's identity and status had changed. Miss Yin's attitude towards Su Wenyu had become more attentive and considerate.